campus. So let's go. So one of the things I should mention on the tour is our study abroad program here at Hamilton College. Study abroad is very popular here, especially among our junior class, where about 40% of our junior class does participate in study abroad programs where they either go abroad their first semester or their second semester. The great things about the study abroad programs here are we have a million of them. There are actually four direct programs with Hamilton College. So we have one with Spain, France, China, and a partnership with India. We also have a 3-page list of pre-approved countries. So you can pretty much go anywhere in the world and yeah, go wherever you want to. When I was little, I used to spin the globe and put my finger down wherever that finger landed. I would say I would live there. You can do that with our study abroad program, so that's kind of neat. We also have 2 in-country study abroad programs, so one in Washington, D.C. and one in New York City. And how those study abroad program works are you'll actually go away to D.C. or New York City for a semester. You'll do an internship and get Hamilton College credit for doing that internship. So it's a great way to get some job experience, some life experience, and a lot of friends that I know that have participated in those programs really enjoy that. So if you don't actually want to go overseas, you can certainly go to New York City or DC, which is really nice for our students to have. And we'll actually be walking through a part of Beinecke Village, not the part with the diner or the mail center, but a part where a lot of student activities go on. So let's go. So we've just entered Beinecke Village. There's another PC lab here. There's computers all over the place for our students to use. We'll also be walking through the Adirondack room, which is so named for the chairs that are located in there. Also during the winter time, when there's a lot of snow on the ground, when it's cold outside, they crank up the heat. So it gets very nice and toasty in here. And you'll have students doing readings in these chairs or just kind of doing some general work or just lounging and relaxing. And it's really a nice place to be. So this is the Adirondack room, a favorite among some students. And we'll actually be walking to this room that has a lot of different posters on the wall of different comedic acts, different musical acts that have come to campus. Unfortunately, they take a lot of them down just to make rooms for new ones, but as you can see, there's a number of them here. Some of the notable ones are Gym Class Heroes. They came a couple years ago. Last year we had Ghostface Killah and a number of Wu-Tang Clan come and rap here. The Kooks came last year. State Radio, I was a huge Dispatch fan, so State Radio is really exciting to see. Asher Roth came last year with the Flowbots. Also, we've had Jason Mraz come here, Guster, just a lot of good name groups come and perform for our students. And the school does usually host between 20 and 30 different musical groups every year. So even if there's one that comes that you might not be interested in, there's chances are the next concert will be something. So the school hosts different music types for every type of student. And we'll actually just walk into what's called the Hamilton College Barn. Don't really know why it's called a barn because it doesn't really look much like one. But this is a Hamilton College barn area. As you can see, there's some chairs set up right now, possibly for a speaker or something like this. But usually Hamilton College students and groups will come and use this area. Hamilton College does have a million student clubs and groups located on campus, and a lot of them will hold their events located right here in the barn. The nice thing about Hamilton College is if you're part of a student group or a club and you want to hold an event at Hamilton College, the school will give you $1,000 to host that event. So I remember last year the baseball team had a high-stakes poker game to raise money for their trip to Florida. Capoeira, Taekwondo, their martial arts groups here on campus, they've actually held events down here. Just a lot of good stuff going down here. And we do have a million student groups and clubs and activities, as I mentioned. So even if you can't find a student club here that you're interested in, you will be able to start that club yourself and get funding for that club, which is really nice. And we have a million different student clubs, as I said. We have a Knit Happens group, which is totally committed to knitting, so they're a club here on campus. We have a Students Who Like to Do Fun Things group, which they're exactly like they sound. They're a bunch of students who like to do fun things. Every year they set up a humans versus zombies game, and it sounds a little bit childish when I say it like that, but come to Hamilton College to experience it. I believe this year somewhere around 300 students participated in the game. It's a lot of fun, and if not in college, then when? So that's when you should probably get that done. So as I exit out Beinecke Student Activities Village, I will be walking by the little pub, which is our on-campus bar. You do have to be 21 to drink. You don't have to be 21 to enter. There's always free popcorn and free soda located in there. On Monday nights during the football season, they have Monday Night Football. On Tuesday nights, they have Trivia Night. Trivia Night is an actual staple here, absolute staple here at Hamilton College. There's lines out the door to get to Trivia Night. Also, during lunch times, Monday through Friday, they serve pub lunch, and twice a year during pub lunch, they actually have lobster for lunch, so it's all part of the meal plan. And just a lot of good stuff going on in the little pub. As I mentioned, you have to be 21 to drink, don't have to be 21 to enter, and we have a lot of good beers in there. No hard liquor, but it's not a big deal. And we'll actually be making our way over to the Glen House right now. So if you're really into the outdoors, you can check out our Glen House, and we'll actually meet Cobus Van Der Ven, who is a phenomenal student here and just a fine young gentleman. So that should be fun. So we're about to enter the Hamilton College Glen House. The nice thing about Hamilton College is we're only located about 45 minutes away from the Adirondack Mountains. So this Glen House is kind of a taste of the Adirondack Mountains before you actually get there. It's home to our Hamilton Outing Club, as well as our environmental activist group, as well as Rainbow Alliance Club. So a lot of good stuff happens in the Glen House. And as I mentioned, we will meet Cobus Van Der Ven. He's an Aquarius. Yeah, and let's go on and meet him. So this is the Glen House. Cobus will actually tell you a little bit more about it, but let's find him first. Oh, and there he is. So this is Cobus Van Der Ven, currently a junior. By the time you guys see this video, probably a senior, perhaps graduating. But Cobus will tell you a little bit about the Glen House, so do your thing.
As Paul mentioned, I'm Cobus Van Der Ven. I'm a junior now, and welcome to the Glen House. The Glen House is home to two of Hamilton's finest organizations, the Outing Club and Adirondack Adventure. We're lucky enough to be at the foothills of the Adirondack Mountains. So our Outing Club puts weekend trips into the Adirondacks almost every weekend for canoeing, backpacking, hiking, winter camping as well. It's one of Hamilton's biggest organizations and a great opportunity to join for any number of activities. It's student-led, which is nice, and then there's open hours every night where you can come rent any gear you want from the equipment room that you'll hopefully see soon. And plan any type of trip here. It's a wilderness pre-orientation program, and it brings almost half the freshman class into the Adirondack Mountains for a week before orientation. We have 27 different trips, so it's a big program, and you get to choose the type of trips that you want. They're either hiking or backpacking, canoeing, rock climbing, or a combination thereof. It's a really nice way to get to know a group of people really well before you actually enter school. The wilderness kind of bonds people and being in isolation. And it's a nice starting place for when you enter the kind of overwhelming normal orientation. It's still one of my favorite weeks of college, and it's only the first one. If you're not into the outdoors and if you're scared of bugs and getting dirty, well then there's also another pre-orientation program called USE, which is the Urban Service Experience. This program brings groups into the Utica area to do community service activities for the week before orientation. And it's another great way to enter college. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your tour, and I hope to see you here in the fall.
So one last thing before we actually leave the Glen House is just like to point to the numerous National Geographics on the wall. They have actually had a National Geographic subscription since 1932, so if you're really into National Geographic, then come to Hamilton College and come to the Glen House. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Also, just in the back of the Glen House, we have a lot of great hammocks that you can come lie in, a lot of great chairs, as well as an outdoor screen. So sometimes they'll actually have outdoor movies out there, which is really cool. And let's keep going on the tour. So one of the other things I'd like to point out is the Hamilton College Glens. There's actually 3 glens located here on campus. This is actually the Root Glen. There are actually 60 paved acres back in this glen, full of paved paths, so if you will. So during the winter time, people can go snowshoeing or cross-country skiing, all stuff you can rent from the Glen House. Or during the spring and summer months or fall months, you can just go for a nice walk or go jogging or go mountain biking. Also in past years, there's been trampolines back in the Glen. Unfortunately, those are no longer there, but in the next couple of years, hopefully we can get some students to put more trampolines back there. So that's your guys' job once you get here.